Hi, this is Sammy, the Hardborn Property Expert. This video is a story. I want to tell you a story about some of the problems that I've been going through recently with selling properties. As you know, selling properties can take a long time. The average sale time now is between 13 and 16 weeks, as compared to 2 years ago it was between 8 and 10 weeks. What has happened? Why has this time increased? Where these extra 5, 6, 7 weeks come from? Why does it take so long? We put it down to a number of issues, but this video is going to be concentrating on solicitors and conveyancers, the people that are there to help the estate agent and the vendor and the buyer get the purchase through the door and get the property sold. We recently had a property on the market. It was sold quite quickly. The buyer was a cash buyer, and the vendor was a very, very proactive vendor, just ready to sell. There's no issues. Had the offer accepted. The buyer decided to use their own solicitors. We always try and advise buyers to get quotes from our solicitors, but price comes into it, and sometimes they want to save a couple of £100 and use the people they know or their family have recommended. As an estate agent, I will always recommend the company which I've worked with in the past, because we have a relationship. They answer my calls, they answer my emails quickly, we get things through the door a lot faster. So with this story, we're talking about the buyer used his own firm. I'm not going to name who they are, but they're quite a big firm in the West Midlands, and they have literally dragged their feet. We are now at the final date of completion, and they're doing AML compliance checks. This should have been done weeks ago. What they've done though, they decided not to do it when they were meant to do it, which is right at the start, and they decided to check everything at the end. It's doubled our work. When the buyer's now trying to get all the bank statements and all the checks in place and get all the documentation that they require. The buyer is obviously completely sound. They're not a money laundering risk. The mortgage company have checked them out. The point I'm trying to make is the solicitors didn't do the job properly, and they didn't do it in the right time, and it's cost us time for the vendor. The vendor has an exchange completed. The buyer wants to take the keys, still can't do it because we're still waiting for the checks to be done. And if the buyer had used solicitors that we recommended, I can definitely confirm that these checks would have been done at the start. I spoke to the solicitor and asked them why they didn't get checked, and they gave me some sort of excuse saying that the payment didn't get flagged up at their end, so they didn't see it, therefore they didn't do the checks. But that's not good enough. These solicitors are getting paid a lot of money. They are regulated. They know what they're doing. They've done a lot of training. Why are they waiting to the last minute? My only explanation is they're not prioritising our deals because we don't refer business to them. So buyers and vendors, if an estate agent asks you to get a quote off their solicitors, we're not forcing you. If we're giving you a quote, consider the quote. Think about why we're doing it. We want this to go as quick as possible. We all have the same end in sight. We want exchange completion to happen. If it doesn't happen, no one's getting the house, no one's getting paid. Those things can be eradicated by using the right solicitor and the right conveyancer. So if you are currently selling a house and you've got problems with a solicitor, think about, did the agent offer you the right services at the start? And if they didn't, then maybe you're choosing the wrong agent. And if you are if you're a buyer buying a property at the moment and you've got troubles buying it because there's some problems coming up with the solicitors, did the agent offer that service to you? We offer that to all of our customers, the buyer and the vendor. We offer that service because we want the same end. We want this property transaction completed. So in the future, if you're going to be buying or selling a property, please consider the estate agent's consideration and who they're trying to get in front of you, which solicitors they want you to go with, because it's not about the money and the referral fees that the agents get. It's about the time it takes and the time they save. And time is more important. Time is one thing you can't get back. So look, if you're doing it in the future, please consider the estate agents, the solicitors that they want to recommend to you. That's Sammy, the Hardborn Property Expert. Thank you for listening. And if you like this video and you think your friends would like this video, share it, tag them in it, and maybe they can start seeing the videos that you like yourself. That's Sammy. Thank you.